I was Helen's GP. Helen was a young lady with an incurable illness that was very complicated, but her one wish was to be able to stay in her own home. Due to an exceptional group of circumstances, this was made possible, and in the wake of her death, amidst all the tears and sadness, there was also peace and relief that she'd been able to stay in her own home. Her husband and her sister approached me to help them start a charity to enable other people less fortunate than Helen to have the same choice. The charity's grown greatly over the last 10 years, and we will fund whatever's needed to help people with any incurable illness to have the same choice to stay at home. There are no age restrictions, there's no means testing, and we will fund carers or equipment provided statutory services have fulfilled their obligations first. We have a reputation for being very responsive and quick and creative, and helping families like Chris and Ainsley.
Christine, Mary and I met when Chris was 15, I was about 17, and she went into teaching, and I took up a career with British Airways in telecommunications. Had 3 daughters, retired here to Derbyshire when I was 60, it was about 6 years ago, and Chris retired in the same year. In the latter days of the illness, when it was diagnosed as terminal, the local doctor and I spoke, and Chris, we all spoke, and they posed the question of something that I needed to think about was, where would you like to die? Nobody would like to die anywhere, and Chris and I, we didn't discuss it. Chris just said to me, I don't want to go to hospital, I just want to die at home. And I had no reservations whatsoever about that, and so there was no discussion or argument or dissension. That seemed the natural thing to do. It was wonderful to have a choice. So we had that choice, and I, in retrospect, think what a privilege it was. The doctor and her team from the local surgery spoke to me about Helen's Trust, and the Helen's Trust then came in and were facilitators, enabled everything. They were instrumental in providing equipment, but it was a team. And the team looked after Chris during those last few weeks. It was probably about a month odd and together, and I felt very much part of the team. And one of the things about them was that they made you feel, or me, for example, and my family, part of this. So Chris gradually got worse, and the team were there all the time looking after her, and not just looking after her but also looking after me, and she died, as I say, in November 2009. I suppose one of the things that I would think about in retrospect is you don't understand the value of having a choice as to where you die until it actually happens, and it has tremendous value, not just for the patient and the patient care, but also for my children, my girls, and my family. And the family are part of it, and myself.
Every day, Helen's Trust helps people of all ages with incurable illnesses to live at home. By supporting people's individual needs, we can bring comfort and support at the end of their lives. You can help people like Chris and Ainsley. There are many ways to give to Helen's Trust. You may choose to nominate us as your Charity of the Year. You may support us at fundraising events or make a donation. You may want to give energy and time through volunteering, or simply buy Christmas cards and calendars for your friends and family. Whichever way you decide to support us, we'll be truly grateful. Support Helen's Trust, support your local charity.